hands-on in Naveed, were you able to do some hands-on from your previous session?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay. Any challenges, anything you find that was challenging for you?
No, I think we really touched a very basic one. So uh, it wasn't really. So I managed to do that, but I might need a bit of help of you with the platform, the cloud platform we have, which is the AI Studio that which we uh, access for the Google AI Studio basically we're talking about. So which we were using for our examples as well. So I probably would need your guide a bit, because I couldn't find, where you give. I can see the system instructions, but I can't see, where. We tried some areas, I think. So when you share the screen today, I'll see if I can follow you on the clicks as well. If not, then I'll probably ask you at the end of the session to just guide me. I'll share my screen
No worries.
quickly.
No
Thank you.
worries, Naveed. I'll guide you up on that as well. And anybody who's joining a session for the second time, will be helping them out in all the sense wherever they are finding the challenges. So I see Raghu, Mani, Preet, and Pavan. I think you have guys have attended the first session as well, and I'll guide you up how you can take up these sessions more interestingly, and I'll also create out a study guide for you as well. Okay. So till now, guys, what we have seen is we have just seen two sort of prompting techniques. One is known as basic one, that is known as few shot prompting. Can anybody tell me what was few shot prompting? Naveed, would you like to try it out, or
Yeah, I think
Raghu?
uh, yeah, I think my understanding of the shorts is you provide the instruction with obviously you provide the system instruction, what do you want, and then when you are obviously asking something as a question, then you provide a few examples with it as well. So it learn from the examples and
Perfect.
give try to give an example answer from those examples.
Perfect. Yes. So what we have learned in the previous session was like few shot prompting, where you give an example. It LLM tends to learn from those patterns, and then it used to give us the sort of responses that it can give us out. Okay. Now, can anybody try out what is zero shot prompting? Uh, Anybody of you would like to try? Raghu, would you?
I think the zero
Okay.
prompt is
Uh,
just sorry if no one is answering, then I'll take that as well.
yeah, please take it. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, no problem. I think a zero prompt is basically where you just ask a straight question. You don't give anything, you don't give any system instructions, you don't give anything. Just ask a simple question. Can you give me the code for an app, let's say, for example? So it will, depending on this learning, previous learnings, it will give you answer, but that can be a vague answer. So it's just a straight question
Perfect.
you're asking in that.
Perfect, Naveed. So that is actually the case. So guys, that was what is called as zero shot and few shot promptings. Okay. Now, there is something that you should also learn from it. Like zero shot prompting is something which the LLM is able to answer from its own learning and from its own set of training data set. Okay. And the second set of prompting is basically your like few shot prompting, where you give some sort of an example, and then it tends to learn from it, and it tends to give us an output based on the examples you have given it out. Okay. Now let's go into some dig deep today, and we will just see to it what are the different sort of things that you should be taking care when you are trying to create a certain set of prompts. Okay. Now today our focus will be to learn how temperature change helps the sort of randomness in the responses. Today we'll cover a few parameters firstly. Okay. One is known as temperature. one is known as safety settings, and the third one is known as top key and top p. Okay, now let's go and dig deep into these sort of prompting parameters, controlling techniques. Okay, now guys, I would like anybody of you to take a set of application that they would like to uh, build using LLM. Okay, we have seen a language translation, we have seen the sentiment analysis. Anything else that comes to your mind, let's create that as a set of a application today, and we'll create a application related to that scenario itself only. Okay, so anybody would like to take thinking can think of any use case or scenario that where they would like to use these prompts actually. uh, Anybody of you? Uh,
Can you take an example of ATS, say CV screening one? So for example, you have a PDF of a CV, then we're going to read it
okay,
and see what's the score of it, right? Probably that would help.
perfect. May I know your name, please?
Guru Raj.
Nagaraj. Guru Raj. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. ATS. That means I should download some resume first. Okay. I'll download
Yes.
one resume, and then we will create an example out of it, and then we will see what sort of scoring do we want to give it to that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Uh,
So,
so
Arijit,
in
sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you. We have Preeti and Nilofer, right, who are the paid members. So you can constantly, it means you can check with them
sure,
once,
sure, sure.
right?
Sure.
Means they are, they need to be on track, right, with us.
Perfect. Sure.
Okay.
Uh, Perfect. Uh, okay. Preeti and Nilofer, are you able to understand this thing that we have discussed till now, or you would like me to, like, we can take it offline and I'll guide you up how these things actually work. Okay.
We need
Guys, you can.
some time. Yeah. Hi, Arijit. Preeti this side.
Hi.
I need some time to understand the things which is going on. So I will re revisit the lectures, and then I can practical do practical on this, hands on this, more hands on this for practice.
Perfect. Sure. Sure. That is totally fine. Ankush, is it possible that somebody can attach their resume or CVs here? Uh,
Yes, I think, Arijit, I think they can share. I'm not sure,
okay.
right?
Uh,
But I think
and
there is no restriction from our end. And I don't think so there
okay.
will be. So
Okay.
if people want to
Can
share it, they
you
can.
Yeah, can you send your resume just for reference? I'll create
Okay,
an solution. Okay.
I'll
Uh,
okay.
so Gajraj,
I think
you
Arijit, only you can share in the meeting. I think I try
okay?
to share, but you can no one can share. But we everyone is there on our group, WhatsApp group with us, so they can communicate with us on WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Or you want the resume right now only?
Yeah, you can send me on your WhatsApp itself. We'll take it from there. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Or a
Okay.
little suggestion. I mean, you can just go
Yeah.
in a CV samples in Google and download it, just a sample one, so we're not using anyone's. That's just a suggestion. So.
Yeah. Any link for that you can share me, where we can download just a sample PDF. Let me check on that.
No worries. Just anyone really.
So we can have a Google sample resume PDFs, right? Let's download that up. Okay. I think these all services are paid actually. If
I see. Okay. No worries.
anybody like, you can share Ankush on my WhatsApp as well. If you can share, I can download it from there also. Okay.
Okay, I'm not able to find it, Arijit. Can someone else
Okay,
share?
sure, that's fine. So, um, Gajraj, what are the things that you want to find in that particular resume? Let's create a system instructions for that, and then we will see how we can see the scoring of that particular resume. Okay. So, any example, what are the parameters that you want to those scorings to be based on?
See, generally, we had built this, a bot, RPA bot
Yeah.
for this sometime, some years earlier, right? Where we had a primary keys and secondary keys. So wherever there is a primary key which we are searching for, say for example, I'm into RPA, right? So RPA was the one. Then I say alias of robotic process automation. Then you have a UiPath platform, which we are working on. So that is one. Say then what are the different types of application they would have worked on. So there are multiple things we can add on. So we can just say
Perfect.
Azure as well, or AWS, right? These are the basic
Perfect.
APIs, database, queries, something like those things, right?
Perfect. Right. So let's create out a resume. Let's create out an ATS machine where we are just finding out a particular, uh, we are creating a ATS solution where it should find out certain keywords. Okay,
Mm.
and those keywords should be uh, like uh, RPA. He should be a Azure cloud specialist, and he should also be, and we can also see an API keywords as well. Okay, and
Yeah.
if you find such uh, keywords, give it a score of uh, 10 out of 10. Okay, if you find all these keywords, okay, that means this candidate is an ideal fit for your profile. Okay,
Mm.
now I'm downloading one resume, and I'll just pass it up here, and then we will see it how it is, how our resume is able to it's able to give us the responses. Just a second. Okay. Anything else you want as an output here? What do you want? Should we be giving it a profile and then asking them to give me a certain response, or how your ATS machine should be working out?
Yeah, basically, if it searches, or if it gets all these keywords, then you can say,
Okay.
okay, this has a 100% match, and it can go to, it's a yes or whatever, as output, with including the name of the profile, and probably say after anything after 70% should be okay. Say it's as success, and if it is less than 70%, then we can say as, this is not eligible for the next round, whatever.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Now,
Arijit,
what
I have
we'll do?
shared you six, seven resumes, six, seven
Yeah,
resumes,
perfect.
right? And
Perfect.
you can go through them. You can means put the filters
Perfect.
accordingly.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you can
And
just look into the CVs and then change the keywords accordingly.
yeah. Let's do a simple demo run first, where you will
Yeah,
see how it is giving us a responses first, and then we will see how we can improvise on that. Okay.
yeah.
Just a second, let me refresh this page once. Okay, I have one resume here. So we are giving it a you are an ATS assistant bot. Your task is to find the most relevant resume for this for the profile. Now you have to find these following keywords. One is Azure, other one is RPA. Tools can be UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Prism, or Power Automate. And he should also know the API as well. If you find any relevant profile, give it as an output, good fit. Otherwise, give output as not fit. And only one word answer is needed. Okay, so guys, do you understand this instruction that I'm giving up here? Any challenges, anything you find like it's difficult to understand? So what I've done is I've just given them a simple set of a system instructions here. Okay, and now I'll pass on the resume to this particular profile, to this particular prompt. Any challenges so far? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
perfect.
probably I think next prompt, right, where we can even see why it is not a fit or why is it a fit, right? So
Yes,
probably we can ask
first.
for the reason as well. Yeah,
Perfect. Yes, we'll do that. Okay.
yeah.
Now, on the right side, are you able to see these tokens that I've given up here? So these tokens are basically that model context that it can handle. So any document, any sentences, anything you are typing out here will be taken up by the bot and taken up by the prompt in its memory, and based on that understanding, it will give you the responses. Okay. Now I've just provided them the resume, and let's see what sort of output it is giving us. Okay. So it is saying it is a good fit here. Okay. Now, next thing you wanted was like we should also add a reason to it. Now, I will change the output in such a way that it will give us the whether it's a fit or not fit, and also it will give us the reason. Also, give me the reason that whether it is a reason for your answer. Okay. Now, what we will do is we'll again upload the same resume, and then we will see how the response has changed with that sort of a instruction set that we have given to it. Okay. Now, are you able to see this sort of a response? Uh, Raghu?
Yeah. So sure. Well,
Okay, so you can see he stated all the reasons for it as well, why it has
mm,
done, what are the things it was able to find, and what was the uh, why he's giving you as a reason for good fit. Okay, now this is a sort of a thing that we have developed in just 10 minutes of our experience, and we have just given it a context and an application and uploaded the resume, and that is what it has given us the response out. Okay, so can you see how these prompts and how these LLM models are very efficient for you? And all those things that we are giving up in the system instructions are set of its prompts only, from where it is able to learn like what it needs to give you as an output, and what are the set of the preferred set of outputs it is looking forward. Okay, so you should now try to understand like uh, like how the prompts behave to the certain set of instructions that we give to it. Okay, now guys, the model where you can have those capabilities that you can upload your resume, or you can upload your PDFs, or you can upload your audio files, or you can upload your images. All of those models are basically known as multi-model prompts. Okay, now all those models that support those things are called as multi-model, and all those models that do not support the file import, or it does not support the images import, all those models are known as text models only. Okay, so our focus is we'll start to learn from the text models, and then we will improvise and learn the multi models as well, so that all of you can understand certain use cases that it will be useful for you. Okay, now guys, any thought that comes to you from this sort of a solution that we just built? Okay, it is you who have told me that what you want to see, and based on that we have seen the certain set of outputs that we are able to see it up here. Okay, so any questions, anything that you would like to ask, or we can move to the next topic, sir. Naveed, like Preeti, Raghu, Nilofer, any question, or Nagaraj, any question you guys have?
Now I'm good with this now. But one question I had is, say for example, you are putting a transcript or a recording of audio, right? How
Yeah,
much time will it take to process it? For example, if it is like half an hour meeting, so it might be in GBs, for example, right? So if
right.
you're planning to extract some key information from the recording, so how much time will it take to process the whole 30 minutes meeting recording and then give an output?
That is a good question. That also depends upon the capability and the processor you are having. Okay. Now LLMs
Hmm.
basically depend upon the its processing depend upon the sort of processors you are, GPUs you are it is supporting it out. Okay. Sometimes you will
Hmm.
have to experiment with those audio sessions, or sometimes it is just an easy go, because you can also store your videos in the form of it. Videos can have a text stored onto your drive. Okay, and you can just give those text directly to it, and it can give you a summarize and a good insight generation from it. So these are the certain set of things that you can do with it. Okay, now audio
Hmm.
file is
Hmm.
something we will also see how those examples are helping you out as well. I'll show you some tools example where you will see how audio we can pass. I will pass some YouTube link, and we will see how it is able to analyze that video link and how much time it is taking it out. Okay, I'll take it over during this course itself only. Okay.
Great, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Naveed, any question from your side, Preeti or Nilofer? Are we good?
I think a quick question from me. I mean, this is a good use case. Obviously, to try out directly, we are giving the input or the file, and then obviously
Yeah.
we asking some question regarding that file, and obviously it is giving the correct results. So now, obviously, because we are directly working in the studio, obviously, and we giving some input, and then we asking for provide us some output. So what will be, or probably it's a too early question, Ajit, but let's say, for example, we're building a solution. So how are we going to integrate, or if we want to integrate this small use case into the bigger use case. Let's say we are building up a HR solution, or we are automating a HR solution, let's say, for example, and this is a small use case there that, okay, you have to, the bot needs to be looked into the CVs, to extract at least a minimum information, either the people are fit for it or not fit for it, really, like we were looking at here. So how we integrate this small use case into the bigger ones? Is that RPA integration, or sorry, is that the AI, what you call the API integration? How we will be using, or what your experience is, Arjit? I just want to understand how you will fit that into the bigger use case, that the bigger RPA use case, basically.
Perfect. That is Naveed, a very varied question now. Okay. Now, the answer to your question is, if you are using these prompts for any of your solutions, you can use an API request. Okay. Now, there is one section on the top that you can see here is called as get code.
Right.
Arijit, I think we lost your voice. Uh, Arijit, are you
That is
speaking?
ready to consume as well. Okay.
Arijit, just a second,
Now,
just a
another
second, Arijit, just a second. I think we lost your voice, so you can just go back 1 minute back.
Okay. So I was just saying, like there is, in order to consume this prompt into your solution, you have an API, REST API calls that you can use, and this platform also gives you a functionality that you can also create your Python code as well. Now, Python code can be consumed in two ways. Either you create off your Fast API, or either you create off your Flask API. And these REST APIs are also giving you a set of instructions, and also giving you a set of options that you can integrate it with the RPA as well. Now, what I was showing you out here is, there is a collab, like there is a get code section which gives you a ready to use Python code. That is something I'll guide you over this period of course as well, like what are the important parameters that you should be looking for, and what are the important things that are available there. Based on that, you can take out your decision and important tasks as well. Okay. So hope that answer your question, Naveed.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. uh, Anybody else have any question? Okay, perfect. Now, guys, we will try another prompt now, and here what we will do is, we will try to see the creativity option of the solutions also. Okay. Now let's say you want to do a Google search. Okay. And you want that I should be doing my Google search, and that should be consumed within my application itself. Okay. Like supposingly you want the current data to be always available within your applications. Okay. If you have to do that, what you will do, you will either integrate some APIs, you will either integrate some things around your solution, and you will also try to see where I can get a real time data. Okay. So this is where your Google AI Studio comes into picture. Okay. Now we will create out a solution. You are a current affairs prompt, and your task is to just give the answer to the question user is asking, based on the uh, intelligence of intelligence of Google search in it. And you should also only answer the question in less than 10 like in less than 30 words. Okay. Now let's ask any current affair question, whatever you think like is the current topic of discussion today. Anybody, anything you would like me to ask here? Any current topic of your choice? Anything that you have seen in the past, or you would like that this is a current thing? Anything comes to your mind, guys?
Prompt you are typing in the Google Google AI Studio, right?
Sorry,
You are typing this in
Raghu,
Google AI.
yeah. I'll be typing in the Google AI Studio only. Just let me know what question you would like me to ask from the current
Yeah, the thing is,
topic actually.
if you want to, yeah, if you want to utilize the same prompt in UiPath or automation in anywhere, like let's say UiPath, we have Copilot. So to utilize the Copilot option, we have to use this prompt. How we can use this prompt the UiPath and automation.
So Raghu, that is a repeat question that Gajraj just Naveed just asked just prior to you. So I told that it needs the UI path. It needs the REST API calls. Okay, so you can do the REST API calls. And based on that, it will be able to answer your questions, and that is something I'll be able to explain you over the course of period of this period of example and this course as well. Okay, now what we are doing is we are doing a Google search prompt. Okay, now let me say ask it a question. Okay, can you tell me the score of India versus Australia from today's match?
We
Let's see
got
what it
cricket.
is.
We got cricket lover here.
Yeah. Guys, can you just see up here how it is able to give you that answer as well? And the other thing you are able to see up here is like it's also able to give you the search result as well. Like it has just picked up and it has given you the answer from the latest knowledge base of such solutions, and that too from the Google search itself. Now I'll ask you the simple question: if you will have to do such a sort of a thing, how would you think how much time you will take to create such sort of a solution? And if you have to create a knowledge based solution or an application with a recent knowledge base, how much time will it take for you guys? Anybody would like to take it up?
Think it will take a day or so, I think, minimum, depending on things.
Yes, and even if you will do that, you will only be able to restrict it to a certain level of topic only. You
Yeah.
can't develop it as a whole glance, and you can't develop that capability of a Google search engine in it. Okay, that is something is very different that you are able to see in this prompting solution. Now let's ask another question. Can you tell me who won the U.S. elections uh, elections this year? Let's just ask it in another question and let's see who what answer it is giving us. So can you see Donald Trump won the election and defeating Kamala Harris? Okay, it has given you the answer and it has also given you the sort of reference articles as well from where it has picked it up. Okay, so this is the capability of your promptings nowadays. Okay, and these prompts are tend to improve over a period of time. Okay, now let's say I want to restrict it to just to the topic of sports only. Okay, it should not answer any questions beyond the sports. You should only answer.
What is the difference between Google search and
Please, can you
Copilot?
just repeat again, Raghu? Can you just repeat, Raghu, again?
Yeah, because this, what is the difference between Google search engine and whatever we have mm, Copilot and Gemini? These are AI
Yeah,
enabled. Right? All are search engines.
yeah, yeah. So Raghu, Copilot is based on top of your uh, like Microsoft's LLM models. Okay, this studio which you are able to see is based on top of the Gemini models. Okay, now with the Gemini models, they are also trying to give you the functionality of Google search. If you will have to do a Google search integration, okay, in any other solution, it will take a hefty amount of time to develop a certain product out. Okay, so what you see here is the difference is like both of the products are having their own strategies, and both of the team companies are giving you their best sort of a solution. Now whatever you are able to see in Copilot, it's also available in Google Gemini as well. Okay, whatever you are able to do in Copilot, it's even done in the Google space as well. Okay, now it's just you should learn the
Yeah.
basics. If you learn the basic of Google, you can also do the same thing with the Microsoft as well, and that is something I'll also try to cover over the period of time as well for you. Okay.
Quick
Yeah, yeah.
question. Sorry, I have a quick question. So I just saw the reference as well, right? Which we are showing. So
Yeah.
let's take an example of a big company, say Amazon, right? So where they're
Right.
having huge data, inside data, right, which is related to their company. For
Right.
example, say support related things. Okay, so for any questions from the employees, so that has to go, they have to raise a ticket and reach out to the team and then get all the information, right? Rather than that, so can we build something a prompt like this, right, where they can just directly ask their questions, right, and it should give an answer along with the say documentation if they have any documentation, a conference page or a Google Doc or whatever, right? So can that give the reference here as well? How can we relate or integrate that with within the company?
That is a perfect use case that you have, Nagaraj, you have talked about. This is something I wanted you all guys to start thinking about. Okay, now when you think about such solution, this is the exact use cases within the company's organization. Okay, the solution which I am telling you is basically for your end service consumers as well. Okay, now when we talk of a confidential data, we try to restrict this prompt to the information of that set only. Okay, now what you can do here is you can instead of giving the Google searches, okay, it also gives you another option that you can do what we call that. You can also give a certain set of knowledge base that can be your PDFs. Okay, PDF example I just showed you. Okay, if you can store that in a drive and give the drive access to this prompt will understand what the user is asking for. He'll find the most relevant document, answer your query from that, and it can also give you the reference article. So these are the basic use cases that companies have started to use for their internal use case. That is your employee customer support. And the similar things are being done for the end customer supports as well. And in the coming period of time, you will not be able to understand that it's either it's actually a human you are talking to, or it's actually the prompt you are talking to, AI you are talking to. So that is the level of difference prompts are going to give it to you. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, just makes sense.
Yeah, and this is actually the right use cases that you have started to think. That's a good thing that you have thought about, and we will also see that sort of use cases if you want to restrict it to certain knowledge base or certain degree of randomness as well. Okay, now today I have seen asked my prompt two different questions. Okay, I have asked something from the sports world, and I have asked something from the politics front as well. Okay, now let's say we want to just answer it from the sports front only. You should only answer questions that are related to sports only, and do not answer any questions other than that topic. Other than that topic. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll decrease this randomness to 0. Okay, and now I've given it a certain set of instructions as well. Okay, and let's see, if I'll ask the same question again, what sort of response it is giving me out.
Uh, Hi, Arjun.
Yeah,
Arjit,
somebody's asking.
yeah, accuracy of whether the Copilot or Google Gemini, which is better?
Can you come again, please?
I mean, so the result accuracy, right? So when we prompted some whether it could be Copilot or Google Gemini. So which is the most appropriate?
It
Whom will
depends.
be the
Like if you are looking for some latest topic of your interest, then Gemini is better. And if you are looking forward for a concrete answer based on the previous knowledge base or the database or the knowledge base that is having, then GPT can serve you better. Okay, it totally depends upon your use case also.
Yeah, and okay, got it. And last question, like whatever
Yeah.
prompt, a simple prompt you are giving, right? What is the result of your selection? Who won? It? Those things even by just Google search also we can do, right? So, so what are the difference between Google search and using prompt?
So what you are seeing here is a prompting. Okay, I've just
Hmm.
enabled that feature with it. Okay, that is a Google search. That is known as a grounding feature. I'll explain you that topic over a period of time. But today I just want to give you a sense like what are the actual use cases and how these prompts can give you better results. Okay, now let's disable this thing. Okay, and let's ask a same question again, whether it's able to answer it or not. Let's see it out.
What you disabled?
I just disabled this thing. Okay, grounding. I just disabled this thing. Okay. Earlier you were able to see this icon that was called going as source Google search. Okay. I'll just
Oh,
disable this thing. Okay.
okay.
I'll just ask the same question again. Let's see if it's able to answer or not. You are able to see like it's also able to take the recent things as well, but now the difference between its response is that it is not giving you the knowledge base of that. Okay, and it's not giving you the reference of those articles as of now. So that is certain thing that you see when you enable grounding in your solution and when you don't enable your grounding in your solution. Okay, now if I click here and I see what link it is opening, it's opening me the exact link what you are doing in your Google search. Okay, now we have given a certain prompt and you can see the search was created for you, and it has directly created based on the prompt you have written, and it has given you that source link as well where you can just ask that question to it. Okay, so this is the level of things that you get to see a difference when you are giving the enabling the grounding and when you are not enabling those grounding. Okay, and these are the certain set of things that I would like you guys to learn over a period of this course, and I'll also try to cover those topics so that you guys get more confidence about it and you are also more confident like how these things can help you in a better uh, way as well. Okay, now Naveed has asked a valid questions how we can use these prompts into their application. You have APIs and you have certain Python libraries that allow you that. Okay, Gajraj today was able to identify the actual use cases out of it. Okay, so these are the two things that you should guys actually focus on. What are the solutions that I'm trying to create and what how we can integrate it out. And once you are enabled and you're done, you understand the exact use cases, you can develop it out and you can just create these prompts in any way around any solution of your interest, and it will give you the right sort of results as well. Okay, and today we have also learned one more thing that is known as grounding. If you enable grounding, it gives you the reference articles, and if you're not enabling that grounding, it doesn't give you that reference article. So that is the level of differences that you are able to see over this period of time. Okay, and this is something we will learn how we can tune those parameters so that we can get a different set of responses from our prompts itself. So uh, these were the topic that I wanted to cover today. uh, Ankush, over to you.
Sure. I think, guys, any you have any queries with respect to the topic today?
I have one question. Usually, if we talk about ChatGPT, right, it usually have the historical data. But what I saw here now is like it is able to get the data from today's, right, like the current one. So how this LLM is trained? Because usually LLMs are trained on the historical data, right? Maybe not in the.
Yes, that lies the difference between money. That lies difference between Gemini and GPT. GPT is only having a certain knowledge base that is restricted to its cutoff release dates. Okay, and Gemini always gives you the latest release data, and that is something why Gemini is giving you a like current affairs data as well. And what at the back end they are also doing your Google searches, implementing it with some LLM techniques, and then you are able to see these sort of results. So that is the actual level of difference that you see within GPT and your Gemini models.
Which is this is a good difference, right? Like getting the latest one is a good thing. But is there any other advantage Gemini has over GPT?
Yes, you can also enable all the GCP related integrations here as well. Okay, and this Gemini is also enabled within your Google Workspace also. So if you are having those things out and you're using Google Docs or you are using Google Slides, all of those things can be integrated with it. Okay, and the more advanced things are coming up, like it's also able to increase of its input token sizes as well. Token sizes is increasing, so its level of data it can read from is also increasing, and there are more advanced features as well that it can store some data in your memory as well, and based on that it can give you the results. So that are the some different features that is available in Gemini but not available in GPT as well.
So right now with the current market demands, right, like which one is usually in demand right now? If someone wants to integrate, right, enterprise, like they using Azure GPT or they are focusing on Google.
I would like, if you are just learning the basics, start with Google AI Studio. And when you have the certain level of confidence, then we will go to Azure AI Studio, where you will see how it's different and how the responses are coming different as well. Okay, because this is very easy to use product that has been given by Google.
Both are
Anything else, guys?
your
One quick question, just out of curiosity, okay? Since
Yeah,
Google has all the data, historic data, right? It might have all
right.
the data of the stocks, how it went up and down, whatever, right? Can it predict the future? At
Correct.
least, somewhere close to that. Say, for example, some stock was, or some was like 2 rupees, 1 year ago, and now it is slightly growing. Okay, so if you want to know, okay, what would be its value of that stock probably tomorrow, right? Will that prediction can be done because it has all the historical data right now? So can it be done? That gives output.
Yes, it can be done, and this is what you can experiment as well. That
Mm-hmm.
is the use cases you are trying to think about. And I see like Gajra, you are already thinking on the right lines in terms of the use case of prompts, and maybe we can develop that in our coming demos as well.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. That's
Okay,
okay. Yeah, that would help me. Yeah.
definitely. And the other thing is, this is basically the set of uh, zero shot prompting or a chain of thought prompting that I've yet not discussed, but I'll cover it in the coming classes as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
yeah. Hi Arjit, whatever you shown right examples like uh, Gen AI Studio, same thing we are going to use in our whether it is UiPath or automation anywhere via API.
Yeah, we will be consuming that via the APIs only, and that is
Yeah,
what I'll show you.
yeah, we are passing the input via API and we are hitting the API and we are getting the result.
Correct.
You know,
Yes. Yeah.
So for everybody, right? What he is mentioning is how to use this tool. Probably technically how you connect and all that comes later, but how you properly use it, right? Then you'll definitely have APIs to connect, and use. It's not only within this. Probably you can use it in create an your own website and connect with that and get the output. So that would be easier. But how do you actually write the prompts and get the output? So that's what probably he's concentrating more on, right, Ajay?
Yes, right, Nagraj. And that is what I want you guys to learn first before integrating. If you will learn these certain techniques, then your integration will be very easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Are we good to on the topics today? Naveed, any question from your side?
No, I think we're good for today.
Arvind, as part
Okay.
of this course, will be provided some projects that we can showcase in resume, right, for interview.
Yeah. We'll do that
Then
as well. Yes, we will do that. Sure, guys, we'll take that up. And Ankush, you can take it over.
Sure, sure. I think you can stop the recording, Arijit.
Okay, done.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, Ankush, if
Uh,
you have any questions or
No,
thoughts,
no,
you can go.
Arijit, you can stop. You can. I think your recording is still not stopped. You can just stop it. Means you can on the recording there might be an option to save it on the cloud and stop it.